everyone, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Deluxe Class Autobot Sixgun from Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy. I'm really excited to get a hold of this guy. I kind of think it's fun that they've been doing the Weaponizers as the robots that came with the large city bots. Cog was originally back in G1 packed in with Fortress Maximus, and Sixgun would have been originally packed in with Metroplex. So I think that's kind of neat. It just gives your older toys a little bit of an accessory if you do happen to have those from Combiner Wars / Titans Return. So I think that's pretty cool. In any case, Sixgun is also awesome in his own right. Very cool artwork here on the side. I like that. Over here, that same kind of mural picture we always have. Not too much on the bottom, not too much on the top. But on the back, it shows how we have the robot mode. It separates into these individual components. Has kind of a flight vehicle mode going on here. And then, of course, they show him connecting with Ironhide, which unfortunately I don't have. So I'll have to use another figure. But we will, of course, take a look at the combination possibilities. That's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get Sixgun out of there and we'll take a closer look. So right off the bat, I really like the robot mode. Whoops. He's a little back heavy and he doesn't really have huge heels, so he kind of tends to fall back a little bit, but you just have to find a way to distribute his weight. But you can see he kind of has a penchant to want to fall backwards. But first of all, I absolutely love the head sculpt. Very simple, but I like it quite a bit. I think that looks great. Head can rotate from side to side. Doesn't really have any back and forth. Well, it doesn't really have any back and forth, just side to side. You have a shoulder joint there as well as a swivel. You have a bicep swivel, pretty much 90 degrees in the elbow. Looks like the wrist is a solid piece. Now these guns can come off the side if you want him to hold them. Very simple, just like that. You could even have them peg in here if you wanted for some reason, or on the side. I mean, they have all these connection ports, so there's lots of options. Or if you just kind of like the look of it underneath his hand, you can do that as well. Waist has a swivel. You have out to the side in the waist, or in the hip rather, forward and back. You do have a thigh swivel, but it's really just, it's a peg, so it just pops off. But you do have a thigh swivel there because of that. You have 90 degrees in the knee, and then you do have the ankle tilt. I love Hasbro is all about the ankle tilt now, and I love it. They are big fans of that ankle tilt. You have some movement here in the foot as well. So if you need to kind of use that to help him stabilize, you can. And then he's got these guns on the back that you can move around a little bit. Or you can even unpeg them if you like, whatever you like. It's a lot of customization possibilities, which I appreciate. But I think he looks really cool. I like his design. Like the little Autobot symbol there on his chest. Very nicely painted. I'm going to take these off just because I feel like I can get to his arms easier if I do that. But yeah, overall, like him quite a bit as far as his robot mode goes. It's simple, but I think it's good. He does have some of that like battle damage, worn metal paint a little bit down here around the feet. You can't see it a ton, but it is there. Otherwise, I feel like the rest of them is pretty clean. So I don't know if they're getting away from that. I said in my Chromia review that I didn't really see any on Chromia at all. So I don't know, maybe they're realizing that fans don't love that as much as they thought they would. Again, it doesn't super bother me, but if they decided to phase it out, I wouldn't miss it. But yeah, overall, really like this robot mode, so let's go ahead and get into some transformations here. So before we get into the weaponizer aspect of this guy, I wanted to show his actual transformation. It's really easy to do. You just kind of push the arms down so that they're flat. Try not to knock the gun off in the process. You're going to take the two little red guns out of the back of this section and pop them into the arms, and then pop the arms off completely. You're going to rotate this back just a smidge so that you can spin the head around and then close that back up. This will pop up. These two white sections will pop up. And then this whole section will lift off. Then you're going to take this, rotate these down so that all four of these are together. rotate this up like that. You're going to rotate the waist 180 degrees. You can see here that there's these large tab slots here on the calves, and they're going to peg in up here. So this will come up, peg in there. Do the same with the other one. This one's a little tight for some reason. There we go. And then you can kind of peg these in. I don't know if they're meant to peg in together or if that's just how they are, but fold these down and then just bend this down like that. Then you're going to bring this piece back in. You can see here that there's a large peg and a peg hole, so you peg that right on top of there. And then you really just take these and peg them back into the sides. And there you go. You have this kind of hover vehicle. It looks like maybe, I don't know, just kind of a weird little flying vehicle. Almost looks like a drone, kind of. That's what it reminds me of. But it's neat. I think it works. I think it's a little better than COG's vehicle mode. It's not fantastic, but I think it works. So, yeah, that's the vehicle mode. I'll go ahead and transform him back into the robot mode, and we can take a look at all the different pieces he can turn into. Alright, so when it comes to the weaponizer aspect, you can really just go ahead and take this guy like completely apart into all his components. So I'm going to go ahead and take these guns off. Take these guns off. Remove the arms. You can take the legs off. And then I'm going to rotate the head back again. Close that up. Fold this up. Lift these sections up. And then take this off. And then pretty much just put this back like this. So these are all the different crazy components. Now really you can do whatever you want. Now you can see here that these have these little tabs that can flip out. So I'm going to bring in Chromia here. Remove her gun just so you can see some of this crazy stuff. So you could take this and use this as a giant gun if you wanted. It's kind of massive and ridiculous, but you certainly could. Maybe that would work a little better on a Voyager. Another thing they show is using these as kind of like shoes. So you could peg these in to the bottom of her feet. So she's got these crazy giant, let me fold this back in. There we go. Fold these back. So now she's got these crazy giant laser shoes. You could take something like this, or even take this and put, how did it have these? Oh, I think it was taking these, popping them out to the side, and then popping these on like this. And you could put something like this on the back, because you have this little connector that can flip out like that, and you can peg that onto the back here. I mean, it looks kind of ridiculous and makes her super back heavy, but you certainly could do it. You could put these guns on the forearms here. And maybe give her these smaller guns in the hand. I mean, really, the possibilities are endless. You can do whatever you can imagine. I'm going to take this off because it's making her way too back heavy. But the directions give a couple suggestions. I'm going to show these off real quick. So I just wanted to show these off real quick. These are some of the ones they suggest. Again, using those pieces for feet and then popping those on the side and putting that on as a backpack. This is kind of the one that I just showed you, clipping that on as a backpack. Taking some of these pieces and popping them on the side as like an arm gauntlet. And then this is like a giant claw that they build. I don't even know how you would put that on without making the whole figure fall over. But I think that's pretty neat. So I like that they have a lot of crazy... they give you a couple starting off points. They just give you a couple suggestions. But really, anything you can come up with, any configuration, you can connect these on. All the ports, peg holes, whatever you want to call them. They're all the same size, so whatever you can dream, you can do. So I wanted to try out the giant claw mode just because I found it so intriguing, and it does kind of work. I had to fold her fist up like the transformation to get it to fit in there, but it totally does. And now you just have this kind of giant fist, and I give her the other guns as the shoes to kind of stabilize her, but you can do it, even though she's got kind of a smaller frame, so she doesn't handle all the extra weight well. It still totally works, so any figure can do it, and I think it looks really neat. I think Sixgun is a ton of fun and definitely worth picking up. I've been having a lot of fun with these weaponizers. Just the fact that they can come completely apart and you just have endless possibilities of different ways you can connect them to the other robots. And all the other figures have the ports all over their body so that you can connect these guys all over the place. I think it's a fun play pattern. I really do. I think COG was cool, but I think Sixgun is a better execution of the idea. Robot mode looks better. Love the color scheme. Love the head sculpt. Good articulation in robot mode. Vehicle mode's pretty decent. And then, of course, you have tons of different connection possibilities. So I definitely recommend picking this guy up, especially if you have Metroplex, because technically he does go with Metroplex. So I think that'd be really cool to finally kind of put those two together. But even on his own, even if you don't have Metroplex, this guy is fun in his own right and definitely worth picking up. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.